And welcome to the ANB Bronze 24 crafting video. So this was requested in the comments. I show all the crafts that I do for bronze. Now I'm assuming that is the legendary crafting, since it was a bit late to request any of the other crafts that I've done in getting to level 70. So I have, if you've watched the crafting higher level items video, I have my pen and paper with my expected distribution of first 64 crafts written down. So 171, 3272, 1673s, 874s, 475s, 276s and 177. And I also have Pythia open, so I'll probably be relying on Pythia more than pen and paper for this one, but I'll use pen and paper to help with my decision making. So very first craft, if we've got our experience set, the initial set here, I could either replace this level 55 cape, but I want to make a start at the fire lily and get rid of that first of all. I only have enough materials for one fire lily, or for one craft at the moment. We do have enough gold, so this could be anything. The most likely outcome is a 72, since it's a 50% chance, but we shall see what we get. 74, well, that's a nice start. So I can tick off on my pen and paper process that I've now got 7 74s to go. Just noting down that I had a 74, and on Pythia I am just letting Pythia know that 74 was crafted, so we have next craft 85.8% chance as a 72, which sounds about right to me. So we'll be back when we have more materials for more crafting. And here we go with the second craft. I'm expecting a 72, so I'm going to go with the Integralis mantle. I would get most benefit by replacing this with a Talisman of Power, but as it's a 72, I'm going to go for the mantle instead. If I can get a higher level trinket, then that's better, because we're putting on this fire and frost, and so the higher the level, chances are we're going to get a better bonus to our damage there. So that's why I'm going with this. We expect a 72. I'm getting ready to note all this down. It is a 72. So 31 of those left. And without even looking at Pythia, 73 should be up next. I want to see whether we've got the materials for making this fire damage. We're only one greater essence away from that, so we'll do this. So this should be a level 73, and so let's have a look and see what we get. Oh, we've got a socket as well, and indeed a 73. And Pythia rightly suggesting the next craft is a 72, but we're low on materials for now, so I won't be using those. I can drop these into here, and the build is improving. So I've added some vitality. Don't really need ability rate, because we have 1500 ability rate already, and Integralis Mantle is going to add another 480, looking 94 times 5, I think it's that. So no need to do that. We'll be back for the next craft, which may well be, I'll be targeting these level 70 box items next. I'll leave the helm till later because we've got a socket in it, so while we've got bonus from having that extra power in there, I'll leave that on for as long as I can. And it's time for the next craft. We're expecting a 72, so I am going to upgrade the regalia pants. At the moment we've got ability rate, movement speed, experience. How much have we got? 90. I should do the boots instead, so let's not do that. We shall do boots with haste, experience, movement speed and power. So we're going to improve our power. Hopefully we'll get the 72 that's predicted. Pen and paper says 72, Pythia says 72. We're getting very lucky with these sockets. So that is that one done. Next up is quite a high chance for a level 75 at 21% according to Pythia, so that could be a case of Glacis Tempestus. Now let's see what we need materials wise for that. Haste, experience, we would go ability rate. Definitely got the air, we've got the fire, we've got the shadow. Biggest probability is still 72, so this might come out as a 72. But let's see if we get the 75. It's always good to have decent weapons for experience farming. 73. It's probably a slight improvement on what we've got. So we had haste, ability rate, experience. We are gaining damage, recovery and experience with all of those, so I'm going to add both of those in. I should imagine the next craft is a 72. I've just put that in, and Pythia is also saying 72, so next craft will probably be gloves, pants, shoulders or chest, but we shall come to that when we come to it. And continuing with the crafting, pen and paper is screaming out to me that the next 4 crafts should be a couple of 72s, a 75 and a 76. Most likely next craft is a 72. Pythia is also saying 72, so I am going to take the opportunity to replace these regalia pants, which have ability, movement, speed and experience, so we'll add power into that for the experience farming set. So we have that set up ready, and fingers crossed this is 72 and we're not losing one of the higher level crafts that could go on a weapon. Good, that's come out where we want it. So I will hold that there. I don't think we'll do any more crafting just for now because we are light on materials. I could convert some things up. Let's have a look. Craft. If we go to materials, essences, we could do essence of fire and push that up. Let's get another 400 of those because that can let us get 19 greater essence of fire. We're short on shadow as well, so we can get 2 of those, which will get us 20 greater essence of shadow. In fact, we can get 25 of those. Very probable that the next craft is a 75. So do we have another go at this haste, experience, ability rate, power? Let's see how we are for materials for the Grand Magister's command. Haste in there. We've got the greater essence of air. The silver ornaments are crafted. So fingers crossed for a 75. I don't want this to be the 76 because I want the 76 to be the igneous. 71. Wow. What a terrible craft, and that means we're going to have a long wait for the 77, and it also throws out, actually 75 and 76 will still come up eventually, quite soon. Yeah, that's disappointing to see that one drop out. Still, it is what it is. That will be a straight sell piece of junk. That should be a big improvement on everything, so we can drop that in and sell that as well. And meet back up once we're ready for the next craft. And next craft I'm going to do, expecting a 72, so this bracer, let's have a go at a bracer of mastery and hope for a death from above bonus. Power, experience, fire and frost. I think at the moment we're going to lose some vitality, but the frost damage is going to help our thermal shock on the boss fight, so let's craft that and see what we get. Whilst we've just had one very bad craft, immolate, not brilliant, but that will be an improvement over what we currently have, at least on the damage side of things, so that can drop in as well. Just need to finish off these last few items, big level items. Hopefully we can target in on the weapons, so be back once I have more materials, because we are low on those still. Let's have another go at crafting this Glacis Tempestus. I've only just got the materials to do this, so hopefully 75 is finally here. It's taken us a few attempts. Oh, we're going to get a socket. That's another 72. Well, that's a bit annoying. We're going to have to do some more farming before we can have another go at that. And now Pythia has the 75 at a 55.7% chance. So fingers crossed next time we craft, we get the weapon at the level that we want. Okay, so let's have another go at crafting the Glacis Tempestus. The 73 is overdue, but the second 73 came out a little bit early, so the odds are that this should be a level 75, so it should get us the one of the weapons that I want at the level that I want. So fingers crossed we finally get there. And we've got, oh, it's the 73. We've got a socket this time. How are we for these? Don't really want to convert some waste gold at the moment, so I will carry on farming. I think the odds should be still good for a 75. But I will do another 10 levels farming, which will get us enough materials. It's a lot of damage for an increase in experience, 362 to 543. But we've got a socket which I could add in more power. Got 106 there. No, well, I could add 50 power. and we're about to get rid of that anyway because we're trying to get a level 75. So I will scrap that one and we'll meet back up for another attempt at the 75. And running a troll, I just hit one of the season milestones and got some materials, so we're actually able to craft this without doing a full 10 runs. Pythia says 48% chance of a 75 is the highest probability, but there's still, it doesn't necessarily have to drop out for a while yet. 72 could drop out, although we've had one quite recently. Pen and paper method puts 72 and 74s closer, but let's see if Pythia can finally call one correct and see if we finally get the level 75. And we've finally got that, so I can stop worrying about crafting that. 76 is going to be due soon. Overwhelming odds on Pythia, and I'd agree 72 should be the next craft. We've had a 73 and a 75. Every other craft on average should be a 72, so that's long overdue. Whether we see a 74 before the 76, we wait and see. I think the 74 is going to come out before then, although we are still a bit top heavy on the paper method. See you again when I'm ready for more crafting. Okay, so this next craft we expect to be a 72, so it'd be good to replace one of these epic ELR pieces. I'm going to go with the chest, so haste, ability, rate, experience, power. This should be a 72. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. Exactly as it should have been, and yes, overwhelming odds from Pythia saying 74 for the next craft. And I think I was saying on the last clip that 74 should probably be dropping out quite soon. So with that in mind, let's see if we can craft a level 74 Sash of the Igniter, which will have power, experience, frost damage and fire damage on it. And hopefully this will be a level 74. Again, I'm looking for slightly higher level items for the another 72. Interesting. Looking for slightly higher because we'll get better bonuses there. Let's have a look and see how easily we can make these. That's 8 greater essences I could make there, which gets us up to 9. So we've got enough there. And fire, we've got 3. We can make another 10. No. 9 we can make. So let's upgrade some materials. So back to essences, we'll do our 87 of these. Greater essence of fire, we can make 8 of those. Shadow, we can make a lot of these, as in 82 of them. That will allow us to make 8 greater. So we'll just drop that down to 8. If we come back to our armour and belt, Sash'd the igniter. Now we only need to convert 6 water to complete that. Frostfire experience power. 73 is also due, so this could get in the way of our 74. It has. Slightly better than the one that we just crafted, although the experience isn't brilliant. So let's have a compare of those two. What have we got? 50 experience as opposed to 49, 17 and 18, 15 and 16, and 113 to 98. We'll take that one, we'll take that one. I've already got quite a lot of brilliant rubies socketed, so since we just got a socket with that, let's stick in some vitality, because we are going to be running Troll 100 plus with this gear. So I need to, I think I've got everything recorded. I've lost track of what I was doing. I need to make sure all the paperwork's up to date this end. See you again soon. And time for the next craft. I know I said earlier I was looking for sort of 74s for the trinkets and belt and bracer, but I've already been running with this 73, so I'll leave the Sash of the Igniter as a 73. Rather than keep wasting materials trying to get a higher level. So we've got gloves, shoulders, helm to craft. I want to wait for a 76 for the weapon. So at the risk of losing a socket, I'm going to craft the helm next, which currently has haste ability rate experience. I'll be adding power as the 4th stat, so even if we don't get the socket, we'll get more than 50 power onto it. And this should hopefully be a 74, no guarantees. As I said, no guarantees. Next one must be, Pythia has, I think, 73.9% chance for the next craft to be a 74, so that suggests that we're about to get some nice shoulders come out. Let's do them then while we're here, and just make sure that as far as shoulders go, so this is still better than what we have, so we'll get rid of that and we can unsocket that. Ability rate haste experience, we'll add power again on the shoulders. Haste ability rate experience and power. And again, these will be better than anything that we have, and there's our 74. So in terms of the experience farm set, all I have left to do is the gloves and the staff, and perhaps try and get a bracer of mastery with a death from above bonus. So I think any 72s that we're crafting going forward, we'll try and throw them at bracer of mastery, and target higher level crafts. I wasn't planning in doing too much in terms of push, but we'll maybe target some higher level crafts for some push pieces and improve some of these lower level items. I'm also going to be crafting some enchantments to help improve the build as we go as well, but we'll come to those as we come to them. See you again soon. We're now in the position where on pen and paper it's screaming to me that a 76 is due very soon, If I look at doubling numbers, I have 3 75s left, 6 74s, 12 73s, and 24 72s. But I've still got 2 76s to come out, so it's slightly out of balance and top heavy there. Pythia has a 34% chance for a 72, 37% chance for a 73. They're quite low chances. 14% for a 76. I don't want to risk not getting a level 76 igneous, so it might take a few crafts, but we'll have a go at getting that. So we're going with haste, ability rate, experience and power. And we get the Pythia's highest probability. This next one is likely to be a 72, but I'm still going to craft it as a igneous. And there it is. Pythia has higher probability that the next one is 74. I am going to stop and have a think about whether I want to craft another igneous or whether I try for something else. So we'll meet back up once I've made my mind up on that, but as far as those two crafts go, they're instant sells. We don't want them. I've spent quite a long time thinking about this next craft. Pythia has 33% chance for a 72, 40% chance for a 74, 16% chance for a 76. And whilst we have had a 74 very recently, it was 3 crafts ago, I'm going to trust in Pythia because that second 74 was very late out in coming out. So I'm going to craft some arm guards. We don't yet have the experience farming ones that I want. We're still using these epics, but we're going to gamble that this should be a 74. So we'll craft these and make them push ones, and hopefully things will come out in our favour. And indeed, we've got level 74 arm guards, so we've got those for push. Next craft should be a 72, so we could make these the experience farming ones. That's quite slow, isn't it? And there they are. And we've got some good stats on that, haven't we? 3 perfects. Next craft, we have a 33% chance for the 76, so I will be focusing the experience farming staff, but we don't have the materials for that yet, so that won't be used. But what we can do is drop the 72s in. We can see that they're an improvement over everything that we've got. The 74 arm guards can come up and sit in here. They can be for push, not that I'm intending in doing too much of a push. These 40 radiant rubies are there for crafting power enchantments for the rings later, so I've just separated them out from the main gemstones just so I know that they're set aside and won't get accidentally converted up into something higher. We'll be back once I'm ready to do more crafts. So I have crafted or got some more materials. I've been upgrading some of the lesser essences to greater. We are low on shadow, but we'll have a couple of attempts at crafting the staff with haste, ability rate, power and experience. We won't have enough greater shadow, but I can convert water. We've got loads of those. Highest probability is a 72, but we do have a 33% chance of a 76, so I don't want to let that slip me by just in case. So in all likelihood this is a 72, and it is. And now the largest chance, according to Pythia, is the 76. So I am going to convert some water to shadow. And let's see if we can finally get our experience farming set finished with this. And hope that that does tick all the way to 76. So there we are. Oh, we've got perfect power. Not too bothered about the last two stats. Nice experience on there as well. So that is now crafted. Next thing I want to do is get the Slayer enchantment onto there. Now that's going to require quite a few greater essences because Slayer uses these spirits. I'm not entirely sure how many off the top of my head. So if we look at exotic enchantments and Slayer, living spirit we can craft, we have enough of those. Primal spirit, oh, we have enough of those as well. Excellent. So we can craft the Slayer enchantment. So we want the Slayer enchantment because it increases the damage to elites and bosses for 5 seconds. So running trial 100 plus, even with experience farming, if that triggers, then the boss is a one-hit kill. So that is that done. I need to have a think about what enchantment I'm going to put on the helm, but I need to have a look at trial 100 before deciding. I wonder if we can stick some armour on the gloves just to improve our toughness. So let's have a look and see what we've got there. Yes, that's nice and easy. We'll enchant the gloves. Can we do movement speed? Do we still have enough? We can do those. And can we do the boots as well? It makes farming a little bit quicker. So we'll craft that as well. So we've got some armour to go on our gloves, that'll improve our toughness. We've got some movement speed to go on legs and movement speed to go on the boots, which improves our movement speed up to 29. I could improve that further if I went and got some Eldarin coffee. So I am experience farming. I need more materials. We'll have a think about some push gear as we go along, and I guess any 72s that come along, we'll have a look at this Bracer of Mastery and see if we can get a death from above one. As far as Pythia is concerned, the next craft should be a 73. Pen and paper, yes. 75 is due as well. I was thinking in the back of my mind before starting this clip that we might see a 75 before that 76, but it has, 76 has dropped out, so we're good. So I think anything from a level 73 plus will probably go towards push gear, but I want to get some enchantments done as well. So I think that will wrap up this part 1 video, since we do have the experience farming set now built, with the exception of the wrong bonus on there, but we haven't needed that so far. Part 2 we'll be looking at more crafts, and we might see a 77 drop out, and I might gamble and see if we can get a death from above bracer of mastery on that, but we shall see how gambling crazy I'm feeling at the time we come to that. Any questions or comments, feel free to put them down below, and keep an eye out for part 2.